In this video, I'm going to give you 10 Shakespeare speeches for performers of any gender. These aren't obvious speeches that are often overused in auditions or assessments. These are more obscure ones, brimming with brilliant words spoken by great characters for you to get stuck into. You can use the chapters to save time finding the monologue you like. On Mac, hold Option and press the right arrow, or on Windows, hold Control and press the right arrow for a nifty keyboard shortcut to jump to the next chapter. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you how you can download and print off all of these speeches for free. Right, off we go. Richard, from Richard II, Act 5, Scene 5. Richard is imprisoned in a castle dungeon and he's being tormented by his thoughts. His imagination is motoring, he's troubled by thoughts of treason and desperately wants to escape these ragged prison walls. He is a desolate, perhaps delirious, deposed king, and this speech feels pained, trapped, and is full of exciting psychology to play. Start at, I have been studying how to compare this prison where I live unto the world, and stop at, with nothing shall be pleased till he be eased with being nothing. King Henry, from Henry VI, Part 3, Act 2, Scene 5. King Henry is on a hillside watching a battle rage in front of him. He compares what he sees to the elements, the clouds and the light, the seas and the wind, all beautiful imagery to explore. He longs for the joyful simplicity of being an ordinary person. He wants to tend to a flock and live a regular, non-regal life. This speech contains a lot of gentle repetition which represents the monotonous life King Henry yearns for, a life without immeasurable pressure, responsibility and fear of treason. Start at, this battle fares like to the morning's war, and stop at, when care, mistrust and treason waits on him. Hamlet, from Hamlet, Act 2, Scene 2. Hamlet is speaking to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, two friends of his, but he suspects that they're spying on him for his villainous uncle. Hamlet elaborately illustrates how wondrous everything is, only to oppose it by calling it a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours, and a quintessence of dust, demonstrating his despair. Perks of this speech are that it's concise and active, yet the thoughts allow you space and time to explore them fully. Start at, I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, and stop at, man delights, not me. Queen Katherine, from Henry VIII, Act 2, Scene 4. Katherine is kneeling before the king and urgently asking him why he's being so cold with her. She wants to know why the validity of their long marriage is being questioned in the court. She has several brilliant rhetorical questions in the centre of this speech. It's direct, determined, and fiercely focused with a crystal clear objective to drive it. Start at, Sir, I desire you do me right and justice, and stop at, your pleasure be fulfilled. King Henry, from Henry V, Act 1, Scene 2. King Henry has just received a mocking gift from the French. Some tennis balls. They were sent by the Dauphin, the King of France's son. Henry is speaking to two French ambassadors and is giving them a message to return back to France with. Henry begins calmly, then the speech develops into a powerful threat, using the analogy of a tennis match as a way of depicting the English's bloody domination of France. It's witty, intelligent, and venomous. It sinisterly simmers and feels like a proper badass speech. I love it. Start at, we are glad the Dauphin is so pleasant with us, and stop at, convey them with safe conduct, fare you well. Volumnia, from Coriolanus, Act 5, Scene 3. Volumnia is speaking to her son, Coriolanus, who is hell-bent on bloody revenge against Rome, who have exiled him. She's desperately trying to appease and calm him. This speech is full of powerful imagery and maternal concern for her son and her country. Start at, should we be silent and not speak? And stop at, that brought thee to this world. Paulina, from The Winter's Tale, Act 3, Scene 2. Leontes the king has accused his wife Hermione of infidelity, causing her to die of grief. Paulina is a close friend of Hermione, and here she's publicly admonishing Leontes. This is an exceptionally piercing, front-footed, attacking, and powerful speech. Paulina is courageous, brave, and outspoken. She calls Leontes a tyrant and much worse. It's a bracing and brilliant speech. Start at, what study torments tyrant hast for me? Cut the Lord's small interjection in the middle, and stop at, to look that way thou wert. Jaques, from As You Like It, Act 2, Scene 7. This is a more iconic speech, but I think it's one of the most poignant and beautifully observed pieces of poetry ever written. Jaques is sombre and melancholy, and he's describing every human's vast journey through life by dividing it into 7 simple segments. It's such a versatile speech. Each of the 7 ages could be personally embodied and vocalised, or you can reference and interact with others in the space when playing it. It can be animated, clownish and comedic, or it could be calm, reflective and sullen. Start at all the world's a stage, and stop at sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Cleopatra, from Antony and Cleopatra, Act 1, Scene 5. Cleopatra is a powerful queen and she misses her lover, Antony. She's speaking to her attendant, Charmian, and this short speech perfectly captures Cleopatra's longing for her man. It's full of gorgeous imagery, it's romantic and lustful. She is beguiled by him and cannot wait for him to return to her. It's fairly quick but packed full of lovely thoughts to play with. Start at old Charmian and stop at with looking on his life. Launce, from The Two Gentlemen of Verona, Act 2, Scene 3. Launce is a clownish servant to Proteus, and here Launce is leading his dog, Crab, through a Verona street. Launce must go with his master to Milan, and Lance's family are distraught at the news of him leaving. Launce playfully reenacts their sadness and notes that everyone is sad apart from Crab, his dog. It's a comedic and scatty speech with props and physical comedy as storytelling options. Crab the dog could be mimed, or a fun prop could be used. Start at, I think Crab, my dog, be the sourest natured dog that lives, and stop at, but see how I lay the dust with my tears. A quick thought on these characters' genders. I think these monologues are usable by actors of any gender. Contemporary Shakespeare productions no longer use gender as a barrier between actors and characters. This allows the words and the story to be the most important thing. And if you're seeking justification and inspiration, have a look at images, reviews and videos from these productions. Richard II at Shakespeare's Globe in 2019, which was an all-female company. Shakespeare Trilogy, Julius Caesar, Henry IV and The Tempest at the Donmar Warehouse in 2016, which was an all-female company. A Midsummer Night's Dream at the Bridge Theatre in 2019, which switched genders of characters. Julius Caesar at the Bridge Theatre in 2018, which also shifted characters' genders. Hamlet at the Young Vic in 2021, with Cush Jumbo as Hamlet. As You Like It at Soho Place in 2022, with Martha Plimpton as Jaques. Twelfth Night at the National Theatre in 2017 with Tamsin Greig as Malvolia. And also check out these upcoming shows: Merchant of Venice 1936 at the RSC in September 2023 with Tracy Ann Oberman as Shylock. And Richard III at the Rose Theatre Kingston in April 2023 with Adjua Ando as Richard. All these productions use gender as a device to enhance and unlock these stories, and you can too. Finally, in the description below I put a link where you can download free copies of all of these speeches. Click on the link, then click on the speech you want to view and download. I urge you to use these copies or publish playtexts. Don't copy and paste them from the internet, because I found that many websites with Shakespeare monologues on have erroneous words, spelling mistakes and inaccurate punctuation. I've made a video on the Arden performance editions, which are fantastic versions of Shakespeare plays for young actors. Link coming up. And that's it. If this video's helped you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new video. And lastly, check out these other videos that I've made that I think you'll like. Thanks for watching and all the best.